Welcome back. Today, I want to talk to you specifically about the danger of discouragement and what that could actually do to your life. Because you're going to have moments in your life where things are going well, or you're trying to make a few changes, you have plans, you're trying to develop something, take a new direction, make a new decision, whatever. And either somebody is going to try to squash that immediately by giving you their own reasons why it wouldn't work or why you should do something else, or you're going to indirectly do it by yourself. How? Well, by thinking, by thinking yourself into a hole, by watching content or consuming content that'll convince you that whatever you're doing is incorrect. It doesn't mean that you shouldn't listen and you potentially shouldn't pivot, but the last thing that you want to do is take a different perspective and then apply it to the entirety of your life, right? Because then what can happen is you can fall off. You can stop doing the things that you were doing. Remember, like I talked about in the previous video, the kid like holding the glass, putting it down, it's spilling from side to side. So, mistakes are occurring. It's not that stable. Then he goes to put it down. He just kind of lets the whole thing fall. It's because as human beings, sometimes when we're making those errors, like I explained in that previous video, we would rather have the whole thing destroyed so we can rebuild it, as opposed to using the foundation that we already have. So what you want to do is you want to make sure that you build that foundation and you're not constantly having to like reset yourself from the beginning. Because what can happen in that instance, if you allow yourself to be discouraged and you stop doing the things, listen, you keep going through your process, even if your heart isn't in it, even if like emotionally you're not at like a peak or something. It doesn't mean that you continue like in the face of new evidence, if you're undergoing like a business venture, that you shouldn't pivot like with new information, new data. It doesn't mean that you don't make changes based off the information that you're getting. You do, of course. But what I'm saying is any good things that you're doing, right, consistently, it doesn't matter. It could be work related or relationship related, or the process that you go through to make sure that those processes are healthy. So specifically, when I talk about like morning routines or traditions, or what people call priming, it's the same thing, right? So you get up, you do A, B, C, D, and then you basically go about your day. And maybe like E and F are based off of A, B, C, D that actually are part of your uh, part of your schedule, part of your routine. And these are the things that you think that you should be changing. Now, before you make any decisions around that, make sure that in the face of discouragement, when you are being discouraged, don't change everything immediately, right? Because what's going to happen is you're not going to know what's doing what. So, because you remember scientific method, you have to change one variable at a time to see what kind of effect it's having, right? So you want to change one variable at a time if you're going to change anything. But simultaneously, remember that whatever you're doing, that kind of precedes all of the other technical processes. Like, say, for example, you're writing journals and you're reflecting and you're recording voice memos and you're meditating, you're exercising, stretching, for example. Like all of these things that you're doing that are contributing to other processes in your life, eating healthy, like you don't drop those things, because what's going to happen is there's going to be a positive feedback loop. And when I say positive, I don't mean positive as in good. It feeds into itself. So you're going in the negative direction, but it's a positive feedback loop, right? Or we could just call it a negative feedback loop, not to confuse you, right? But the point here is that what's going to happen is once you fall off something, even slightly, a little bit, now you're going to start thinking to your brain. Your brain is going to start telling you that because you didn't do this thing, it's actually maybe not as important, or it's fine if you didn't do it. So you're basically going to start justifying to yourself why it's okay that you didn't do the thing. So not only did you not do the thing, did you allow yourself to be discouraged and not, go up to the bat again, right? If he do swings, he misses, swings, misses. We all know this as kids, right? We get discouraged and we're like, I don't want to play anymore, right? I don't want to do this anymore. What happens when the kid doesn't play anymore? Well, because that's what we're doing with ourselves. We're telling ourselves and the world, I don't want to play anymore, at least in this game. So what's going to happen is you get worse at the game because you're not playing. And number two, you're feeling worse because you want to be playing the game, but because you're not playing, you not only don't get the skills, but you also don't get the satisfaction of trying, right? You're not getting the satisfaction and the lessons that you're getting from trying. You're not, because again, there's still positive emotion, there's still anticipation. Like you go up to the bat, even though there's like 99% chance like you're gonna miss, you still swing it. You're like, oh, maybe this is it, right? You still have that anticipation, right? So when you're discouraged, what's gonna happen is you remove that positive anticipation, right? You're not playing the game, so you feel worse. And also, you're not getting better at the game because you're not playing the game, and that makes you feel worse, right? So that's the positive feedback loop. You're not playing the game because that makes you feel worse, and because you feel worse, you're less likely to play the game. So remember, don't stop playing the game. Don't stop doing your process. It's important. Just continue. Be consistent. Even if you don't feel like it, what's going to happen is if you jump back on, then you're going to notice that within like a day or a couple of days, you're kind of back into your groove. But if you fall off, remember that it's never too late to kind of like reset yourself in a positive direction. So don't reset yourself in a negative direction. Be like, oh, fuck everything. And then just like mess everything up and then try to reset again, because it's going to be harder because you're building momentum in that direction. And then you're more likely to be in a state of inertia. So you're not moving, right? So because again, you're moving and then you scale back. So that's scaling back. It's almost like you're decelerating the ball, right? It's like you're letting a ball roll down the hit. You decelerate the ball, and for it to get back to its normal speed, it takes more energy. It doesn't just, it's not like if you kind of like put some friction on it with your fingers, just because you let go, it doesn't go back immediately. It takes a little bit of time to go back to its normal speed. So it takes more time and like more energy to do that. So try your best to just, in the face of other people, other things, other feedback that you're getting, it doesn't mean don't make adjustments, but don't let yourself stop doing actions. Don't let yourself stop taking actions, even if it's the wrong actions. Because here's the thing is you may need to pivot, and you may not be in a high risk situation where you absolutely need to do something different ASAP, or otherwise your whole life is going to fall apart. That's okay. Keep doing the same things that you know are maybe like not specifically oriented towards this goal, or maybe you realize it wasn't the right goal. But like as you do, right, as you do stuff, you're gonna see like a pathway forward as far as like how you need to like move and like shift, right? So don't let yourself be discouraged. Just keep doing the stuff, and you're gonna notice that you're gonna continue that momentum, and you're also teaching yourself that when there is adversity, when there is discouragement, when I'm feeling this way, when people are giving me like this kind of negativity or whatever, I don't stop. So it's also you're training yourself to not stop when that happens. So you're more likely to do what? Continue, right? And also to power through and to tell yourself that you are that person that has done that in the past, so you can do it again, right? So it doesn't have to be at a large scale. It can be at a small scale, but that's okay, right? The point is you got to encourage yourself by doing this stuff. Be like, it's okay, right? You can still do it, and then you'll see the pathway forward as you move. Because remember, like moving through a dark map, the only way you're going to see the next thing is if you keep walking. You got to keep walking. You know what I mean? You got to keep walking to illuminate the darkness, right? Because you're the light that illuminates the darkness. So hope that was helpful. I'm going to leave it there. If you like this video, make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and sign up for my newsletter, because I'm publishing articles there, and I think you're going to enjoy them. So if you have a comment, leave a comment. If you agree with me, disagree with me, have a question, let me know. And in the meantime, I will see you soon.